I'm in North Yorkshire and this is their new unmarked Audi A6. It's a 3 litre V6 turbo, 300 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 is 5 seconds and a top speed of over 150 miles an hour. But is it any good? You're going to have to watch the video to find out. To know more about this car, please welcome Clive Turner, the Inspector of Roads Policing Unit from North Yorkshire Police. Clive, thank you very much. So first of all, we're Audi BMWs.
Yes.
Audi BMWs. Which one would you prefer and why?
I think they both fit the bill regardless. I think both are exceptionally good and capable motor vehicles. I think moving forward we're looking at a mixed fleet.
In theory, North Yorkshire moving away from BMWs now, going towards the Audi spec cars, and if so, do you think it's the right thing is the A6? Would you like an A4, A3, A2?
I think it depends what you want. I think we have some A4s in the organisation as well. We've got a number of A6s estates and this being the saloon. So we have a mixed fleet within a fleet, if you like. So we've got the BMWs, saloons and estates, and we've also got the Audis, A6s and the A4s.
What is the difference, or why would you need an unmarked car?
Flexibility is probably the best way to put it. We've got the marked cars. It's exceptionally good for high visibility patrols, deterrent, etc. Certainly we go to serious road traffic collisions. We need the visibility for safety for us and members of the public. The unmarked car just brings an extra little bit of ability to police the roads and capture those that potentially are trying to evade us a little bit more.
Because people always use this word, it's entrapment, but you don't even know what the word means. Simple fact is, we've seen you before you've seen us. You've seen us before we've seen you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So this is great when you're driving around an estate at 3 in the morning and people can look out the curtains and say, brilliant, we've got a marked police car driving around, top job. But sometimes you might have intel that someone's going to be going to do something, so you could be sat around the corner and it's basically saying, we'll see you before you see us. It's not meant to be a car that you're not meant to see at all.
No.
You're going to have a uniform on, you're going to have an Ivy's jacket on the back seat, and obviously it's got blue lights. Just while I'm here, and I'm looking, I'm going to ask you a few questions about the car, but has North Yorkshire done anything to the engine of this vehicle? Because technically it's a bit of a downgraded S5 engine, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So has North Yorkshire done anything to the car, performance-wise, to make it any better, any faster, it's chip remapped or anything like that?
I think it's probably getting a bit old in the tooth, Ben, but I can't tell you.
So again, you can't tell us, it's top secret. So looking around the car, being unmarked, blue lights in the top of the screen, these are nice, these are different,
nice,
LEDs in the side of the mirrors. But if we look down to the front of the car, you can't see any lights.
No, they're hidden well, aren't they?
So I wouldn't say I'm going to see this car coming. If you're looking down, they're technically hidden and they fit directly behind into the grille. Yeah. So if you're looking directly onto it, you're not really going to see this is an unmarked police car.
The shape of the grille really helps blending the LEDs into it. Absolutely.
So what's it like to drive?
Really good.
Right.
Really good. And bear in mind it's winter now. The Quattro system. You know, we've got the X-Drive in the BMWs, the Quattro in the Audi. You can go on very many forums, and you know there'll be arguments depending on whether you're a BMW fan or an Audi fan, which is best. But ultimately, it's an exceptional vehicle. It's quick, it's road handling, it's presence, it's everything we want.
Can we have a look in the boot?
Of course we can.
Is this one specifically designed because it's a smaller boot, access to?
It is, yeah. It is, yeah. So with the estates, it's a lot better. We have certain boxes made and created so we can fit what we need in. This is a roads policing vehicle, so it might have more in relation to attending road collisions if it needs to, such as the cones, as opposed to the operational support unit vehicles, which will have more to do with deterring criminality. And they might have stuff in like the big red keys, so you can bash doors in and things like that. So this will have nearly as much stuff in as the marked vehicles in relation to road safety accidents and things like that, first aid kits and the like, signs, etc. Yeah. Big boot. It's a small opening, but actually it's the A6, so it's enormous once you get through the opening. And we can carry an awful lot of kit.
Big doors, and before people are going to moan, yes, I'm sat behind the driver. We don't sit behind the drivers when we arrest someone. This seat is a little bit further back, so I'm not going to be as flexible as what I am. But for comfort, So, very comfy seat. Yeah, seat's further back, so it's limited leg room for me. I've got a good headroom, and it is very, very comfy. So, if you're coming to North Yorkshire and you're going to get locked up and you're going to be putting the A6, it's a 9 out of 10 for comfort. Thank you, Audi. We're in the Audi A6 at the moment. Clive, can you just take us through, obviously, the controls, what things are here? Because obviously this looks different to me. Is this a normal Audi setup?
Yeah.
And obviously all the bits and bats that you've got.
So the majority is Audi as it comes. So this is all Audi. Nothing additional here. The extra 2 screens, which are both touch screen. The additionals that we've put in, we've obviously got the watchguard camera system, which is a 4K camera front and rear and internal.
So I take it that's your internal camera.
So it records the back seats when we've got members of the public in the back for sort of their safety and ours. We've got the comms kit, which is here. We've got a stalk which we can press to talk. All the audio and mic system is up here. Additional talk, press to talk button down there for the passenger if need be for a pursuit. Passengers appropriately trained, they can do the comms. We've got the matrix board, so we can put the matrix up on into the rear window. So it'll have please follow me, please stop, it's icy, whatever it might be. We can program what we want in there.
I always ask this of everyone I interview. What's your favourite matrix board thing?
Can't possibly say.
Go on. Is it? Is it? Do you have slippery over, mate? Do you have ice on the road? What's yours? What do you like?
We're very professional in North Yorkshire, so we have none of that.
Right. Okay.
We have none of that. All professional, I'm afraid.
Okay, I believe you. And obviously you've got your internal, obviously blue lights on top of your windscreen.
Yep. So we've got 2 here. There's 4 in the back here. It's just a cracking setup. We've got the light system here for the fronts, the whites, the rears, the siren, etc. The PA kit as well. So the one down by your foot, you can speak through the speaker, which is actually under the bonnet.
Breaker, we're coming through rubber ducky.
Exactly that.
We got a convoy over.
Right, please move out of the way. Right. So I'm going to ask you the question: do you prefer automatic stroke DSG to manual?
Yeah, I think if you asked me a few years ago, as an enthusiast, shall we say, I'd have 100% gone for manual. However, I think the advancing auto gearboxes across the board, really, in all manufacturers, is so good that the auto box with the ability to use the paddles is fabulous.
It's a very comfy car as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I could see me spending a number of hours in here. I think the team, when they eventually get these and they're out and about, more than the BMWs, will appreciate them.
So as Christmas is coming up and we're in December, tell us about your main concerns for people drinking, driving, or drug taking and driving on the roads as well, coming up to the happiest time of the year.
It's usually a national campaign, Ben, as I'm sure you are aware, coming up to Christmas. So the month of December, there is a national campaign called Op Limit, which we subscribe to as well. And it's all about targeting those that are out on the roads that are over the drink drive limit and under the influence of drugs whilst they drive.
So I don't take drugs, don't know anything about drugs, but basically, is there a specific limit that people would use, wouldn't use, or are you just basically saying don't use any drugs at all, first of all, if you're going to drive a motor vehicle on the road?
I think the caveat would be don't use drugs at all. There are limits depending on what type of drugs they are, whether it's some certain Class A or certain Class B. We've got the drug wipes at the side of the road, depending on whether they're positive or negative. If they're positive, they'll be brought in. Sample of blood is taken from them and sent off for analysis. And depending on that result, which invariably, if they're over at the roadside on a drug wipe, I'd say 99% of the time they're over when it comes back from the forensic lab.
And it's a quick mouth swab, goes around your mouth, and it's as a crack, 8 minutes, and that's left, obviously, tells you if you're over on cannabis, cocaine, and that sort of thing. In regards to drink drive limit, I get asked this all the time, so I'm going to ask you, and obviously for people out there, what's the drink drive limit? Because I can have 2 pints and drive, I'm fine. I can have a glass of whiskey, I've had a glass of wine, or I've had 10 pints, I've gone for sleep for 6 hours, and I'm going to get up and go to work. What's the rules, regulations, and what are the drink drive limits?
I don't think you put it into, you can't put it into volume, you can't put it into 1 pint, 2 pints, a glass of wine, a glass of whiskey, whatever it might be. Everyone's different. So one rule doesn't fit all, unfortunately. So it's very difficult. The only safe way to make sure you're not over the limit is to have 0.
Right. And if you've had some the night before, don't go to work in the car the next morning, get a taxi, get the bus, walk.
Yep.
But obviously you've got to leave a long period of time for the alcohol to go through your system. And it's not just your life, it's not just you getting arrested, you could lose your job and ruin your life. It's the people that are going about their normal business, going Christmas shopping.
Absolutely.
They're in their cars on the way home. So please, please, please do not drink and drive. So words of warning to people out there for that. You're going to be out Making sure people are safe.
Yeah, out on the unmarked car, out on the marked car. It's a fantastic extra tool in our toolkit. Is an unmarked car for criminality, fatal 5, for travelling criminality across the borders into North Yorkshire. It's a cracking bit of kit for us to do our jobs and keep people safe.
So this is North Yorkshire's brand new Audi A6. I think you'll agree it's a fantastic vehicle, and please look out for this on the roads in North Yorkshire. Christmas is coming up. Please do not drink and drive or use any sort of drugs and drive. Please have a very, very Merry Christmas and stay safe on the roads out there. And we'll see you in the new year for new videos. See you then.